Welcome to Third and Long Podcast. Today we have a new person, Ludi. I think we've brought him up before. I don't know what episode. It's all over the place. We got Francis again. As always, we have Madden in the other room controlling the stuff, and we have your host, Zane Fry. And it's playoff week. Big one right here. We all made brackets, and we're going to kind of go through them and dissect it. Ludi, you already have yours out, so let's see what we're cooking.
So the AFC Wildcard game, 2 Buffalo, 7 Denver. I think Buffalo win this one.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. I think it'll be close early, but they'll run away with it. MVP Josh Allen will go to work. The Denver defense, though, I think they'll put up a fight though for a little bit, but I expect Buffalo by 10-14.
Yeah, I can definitely see the same. I mean, Broncos like a good team that everyone likes, but they're just they're not ready yet. Simply put.
Same with the Redskins, or I'm at the Commanders. They're not. I don't think a rookie QB is that. It's gonna.
I don't think a rookie QB's ever won the Super Bowl, but I don't know that for certain.
They haven't, because they were talking about that with Brock Purdy.
Big Ben better. Okay.
Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels will be scary, but never trust rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs.
All right, who do you have for Steelers Ravens?
I got the Ravens. I know Zane won't like that one, but I think Steelers are coming in slow.
We're like 8.5-point underdogs.
Yeah,
which is insane for a playoff game, especially because we beat them this season. But
It's not that.
But like divisional matchup, I feel like in the playoffs, like you never really know. So I could see that one going either way, but I think the Ravens have more of the powerhouse on offense. Obviously, the Steelers' defense is pretty elite, but the Ravens will take it.
It's the average opinion, but that doesn't mean it's right.
It is. It's 8.5 points is not crazy when you're just coming off a 4.
We beat them this year.
Streak. Yeah, and like week 12.
That's not even that long ago.
Yeah, but you're coming off a 4-game losing streak. You're not gonna win the Super Bowl with a 4-game losing streak or beat the Ravens, who
sometimes
are
you're
the
cold,
seed,
and then
something.
sometimes you're hot. We could get hot still. Oh, winning against the Ravens gets us hot. I think.
Yeah,
I think
for
that,
sure. 100%.
But you're also ice cold right now.
We are ice cold. It's a fact.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is
All
one.
it takes is
One swing of the bat can change the world.
That's all I'm saying.
What's your next pick?
I got the Chargers over the Texans.
I actually think that's the most interesting game on.
Yeah,
there.
I do too. I could see this one going either way, but I think some of those injured receivers on Houston will kind of hurt them a little bit down to their 4th and 5th string receivers. I mean, obviously Nico Collins is pretty good, but
the battle of mid.
I like the Chargers. I like their defense.
They are.
I don't know. I just kind of give them the edge because CJ Stroud hasn't been his first year self, but I like the Chargers in that one.
Okay.
I like the Chargers too. I think they're looking better like this back half, and I think that can do anything.
I just like the Texans. I like
You're
CJ
just a Texans
Stroud.
fan. You haven't actually watched ball enough to know that they're not playing
well,
good.
I watched them last year,
They
and their
looked
defense was
bad.
insane. D'Amico Ryans transformed their defense. But
their defense was getting torched, and their offense ain't doing nothing.
yeah, but you know what? Texans versus Steelers, I would take Texans.
They're on just as much of a cold streak, bro.
Yeah, but the Chargers aren't that good. The Chargers are never good in the playoffs. Last year they blew it or 2 years ago they blew it to the
That was brutal.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, they did.
Brutus.
Jackson didn't even win that game. The Chargers just lost. They just didn't want to be there.
They're just not gonna.
They want to go home.
Succeed. Jim Harbaugh did Herbert. I think is playing it pretty out of his mind.
He's him.
And Harbaugh
Lad
is
McConkey's
good.
actually really good.
Who?
Lad McConkey.
Oh yeah. But I don't think they have it in them.
Quentin Johnson looking better.
Yeah.
Better than his first couple yourself.
For sure.
Am I still up
was
here?
Bad. Yeah.
Should we go NFC?
Yeah, I like so for Philly Green Bay, I think obviously the quarterback concerns are a little concerning for both teams, but I think Jalen Hurts and Philly will win.
That one's really cool because they played week 1 in Germany,
It was
right?
a good game. Yeah.
No, that's
yeah.
right, because they're both green. In Brazil.
Brazil, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But like this a week 1 and then the first round of the playoffs. That's like a cool full round circle. But I mean, I'm a Green Bay guy. I'm a Green Bay fan. My cousin, I don't know if you guys remember Johnny, but he hosted. I don't know. I think Jordan Love sometimes is really good at football and sometimes isn't.
You know
I
who
think
else
anyone
is
on that
really
team
good
could
at football? Saquon Barkley.
He is.
Giants legend.
He is.
He's gonna take it home.
I don't think so, but he's good.
What's next?
Washington, Tampa. I think I got Tampa at home. I think Washington's secondary is really bad. I think Baker Mayfield will put him to work. Bucky Irving, maybe a legacy game for him.
Dude, Maker's on a hot streak. It's like 3 straight games with over 4 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback.
I believe the Bucs could beat any team in the playoffs, but they also won't.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good take.
That's like the Bengals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Buccaneers can put up a game and beat anyone in the league. I mean, who were like the Lions only
They
lost? They
Tampa
lost to the
Bay-
Bucks.
yeah, they
You
beat
know,
them.
They lost to the Bucks.
I think they beat the Bills too or something crazy like that.
No way.
Like they have the ability to beat a good team, but they're also not consistent enough.
I could not see Baker Mayfield. I know he's playing well. I couldn't see him deep in the playoffs.
Can't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's him. This might be his year.
No. Oh, what's next?
Vikings Rams. I don't like the Rams, but I think the Vikings have the edge too. Darnold's playing good ball, and the Rams have won some of these games down the stretch, but they're not. If you're watching their games, they're putting up less than 20 points a game, and their defense is kind of saving them. I like the Vikings going into Los Angeles, and
The Rams
beat
won the
them.
first time they played, right?
yeah,
It
but
was,
off of a horrible face mask.
Yeah.
that should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
But they still had to do a lot more work to score.
Yeah.
The Vikings are such a interesting team because I really thought they were frauds, and
I
we're
did
far
too.
enough in the season. Their record's too good to say they're frauds, but
Yeah.
there's still that feeling that they're not real.
What was the score when they just played the Lions?
Lot
31 to
total.
10 or something.
Yeah, that's fraudulent.
and they're incredibly the Lions are incredibly injured.
Yeah, the Vikings are, what seed are they?
5.
Oh, they didn't even win their. Oh, that's right, because the Lions.
Because the
They're just the Vikings.
Lions,
are just
Packers,
not 14
and,
and 3
and
good.
Vikings all had insane records.
Yeah.
Only one can win the division.
The Vikings are not
Hardest
14 and
division in
3 good.
football. Steelers division second.
That is true. All right, should we do Ludi's full one, or should we all just say our divisional?
Okay, you move on. I think
Okay.
you go next year. It makes sense.
So, Bills Broncos. I have the Bills.
Bills,
like
yeah.
There's no two ways about that one.
I would love to see the Broncos win. I just don't know if I
Yeah.
believe in them.
Bengals. That's not the Bengals.
Not in the playoffs.
Ravens Steelers. I have the Ravens. I couldn't see ever the Ravens losing to the Steelers right now because I was about to sneeze. The Steelers are not good right now.
We'll talk about it next week.
Okay. I have the Texans over the Chargers. I'm not super in the loop with the NFL, but I couldn't name one defensive player on the Chargers besides Joey Bosa.
Derwin James.
Khalil
That's
Mack,
also true, and Khalil Mack. Besides those
Asante
three,
Samuel Jr.
Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack are not good at football anymore. And Derwin James is
Joey
cool.
Bosa's still in his prime. Max old.
Joey Bosa's in his prime.
Not a back or half.
Joey
of the
Bosa's prime was like Madden 20. But
Dude, he was
like,
drafted 2 years before the other Bosa.
yeah, well, but Joey Bosa's just not that good. Anyways, the Chargers are filled with a ton of nobodies, but they have a good coach.
Then why are they in the playoffs?
Because they have a good coach in Justin Herbert.
Why did they win 11 games?
And oh, actually, I do like Joe Alt. He's pretty.
Why did they win
swag.
11 games if they're not any good, Francis?
They're in a really easy division.
Why did they have 2 really close games with the Chiefs?
Everyone has close games with the Chiefs.
What
That's
do you mean they're in a
facts.
bad division? There's 3 playoff teams in that
I
team in
know.
the division.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see them winning against the Texans. The Texans are good. I believe in them. They have C.J. Stroud is
Me
sick.
and Ludi's both just nod no. None
They're-
of us said anything.
No way.
Their defense.
I definitely can see the Texans winning, but I do think the Chargers are the better team
Texans
here.
are a playoff team.
They
I'll say that.
before the
They're
season I
just-
saw
they're just a playoff
Vegas odds and they were ranked 4th, and at the moment they're
Mhm.
they're 13th or something out
To
of
win
just
the
teams
Super
in the
Bowl?
playoffs.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Anyways, Packers Eagles. I can't see the Eagles losing right now. They're a playoff team. They've been to the playoffs. They've been to the Super Bowl. They're just a really good all around team. They have a great defense. Cooper DeJean, best corner in the league.
He's not a safety.
I mean, they have a great defense, great offense. Saquon Barkley is gonna single-handedly take them to the Promised League. Is Jalen Hurts playing? Is he still hurt?
Yeah, Love and Hurts are both hurt a little bit, but I think they're both playing.
Yeah,
Well,
they're both playing.
You know, they don't call Jalen Hurts Jalen Heels for nothing. So he'll be playing. He'll be back.
He's not coming back next episode after that. You guys don't have to hear that again.
Redskins versus Bucks. Upset alert. I have the Commanders winning. I believe in Jaden Daniels.
Interesting. You named 2 different teams there: the Redskins and the Commanders.
Oh,
Done
I
that
keep
twice.
calling them the Redskins. I believe in Jaden Daniels. I don't think he'll go far at all, especially because I haven't played in the Lions next round, and there's just no world that the Lions lose. But
That Daniels hype was early to mid-season, but I feel like he's tapered off in the back half.
Yeah, but he's still good.
I mean, he's low. He's
a
just
running
tapered,
back.
you know.
I feel like it was more because they didn't expect
Kind of fading.
anything.
I was about to say something
I
about
made
that.
the exact same joke last episode, I think.
I think it was the hype was just because no one expected him to be good, and the Commanders, no one expected them to be good, and then they were. I don't remember their record, but they beat the Giants twice. They probably beat the Cowboys.
I don't think that's
once or
hard.
twice. So, I think they're good. I mean, they looked really good at the games that I watched. But
I'm gonna I can't agree with you on this. They haven't been a good team.
really,
Besides the
they haven't
Eagles.
done anything.
they could though.
But the Bucks are so implodable.
I don't.
Yeah,
The
that's
Bu-
true.
Like the Bucks are good, but
They
not
could lose
that
to any
good.
team, but they could also beat any
Todd
team.
Bowles is not going to take them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no way.
It's not in the cards.
Quick little detour by a resident Giants fan. Who are you drafting?
Travis Hunter.
You're drafting Travis
Hunter, and then we're signing a veteran QB, preferably Sam Darnold.
Dude, he's getting re-signed.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
And if he does, then they're going to trade JJ McCarthy most likely. Which,
They have
if we
definitely a chance.
traded
They
for
might
JJ
love his
McCarthy,
Bring him to Seattle.
if we traded for, oh my gosh, if we gave the Vikings a second and a third or something for JJ McCarthy, and then drafted Travis Hunter, that would solve all of our problems.
Yeah, until we realize JJ's not any good.
We get a corner. Okay, JJ McCarthy was great in the preseason last year or
You
this
know who else
year.
was great in preseason?
No, but yeah, Kenny Pickett.
Perfect
But
preseason.
no, but JJ
Perfect
McCarthy
passer rating
looked
through 3
really
games.
good.
He did play good. They're hating.
No, but if
Kenny
we
Pickett did all they did was win, and all they did was hate on him.
you know, it'd be an insane Joe Shane move.
Kenny Pickett.
Is drafting a quarterback in like the 3rd round. If we get Kenny Pickett, I'm burning my Giants jersey.
Until all he does is win.
If we drafted a quarterback in like the 2nd or 3rd round and traded for JJ McCarthy, like people would hate on it.
You
But
would have
that's
to give so much for McCarthy.
what?
You'd have to give so much
No,
for McCarthy.
like
he
a
was
second-
he was an early first. I mean, you're gonna have to give more.
You would
than
have to
just
give
a
up
second and a
an
third.
early first and an extra.
No, an early first.
Yeah, I don't know about an early first. That's like a little.
That's what
much.
they
You're
trade
saying
for.
you're
They
saying
get their value
you're
back
saying
and more.
we would give up
If
our
you
3rd
own the
overall
market,
pick and
you inflate the market.
you're saying we would give up a 3rd overall pick
You guys-
and other stuff.
I
for
wouldn't give a
JJ
3rd.
You might as well
McCarthy.
trade up at that point.
I think
then.
you would have to give next
That
year's
is-
first.
We could trade down.
I think you would have to give next year's first, along with like maybe a player or maybe a second or something. I think that's what would happen.
Next year's, I would take next year's.
Dude, the Niners traded from like 11 to 3rd and gave up like 3 first-round
Yeah.
picks and a bunch of seconds.
yeah, but that's so
All that
different.
You're
Trey
gi-
Lance.
That
you're,
is so
you're asking
different.
for like an 11th guy. Like you're giving you're asking
but
for a
then
lot
he's
if you want
injured and
McCarthy.
he's like not proven. But like the trading up from
He
11
also
to
wasn't
3 is
very
so
good in
different than trading
college.
for a second-year quarterback.
I-
That they don't need.
I think that's another one of those, wow, this guy's got a cool name, and then he ends up on the team, and then the team's not any good, and you're like, why did we draft this bum?
I think
He's just Daniel
well,
Jones, too.
I also think it's a non-issue because I think they're not re-signing Sam Darnold because he's gonna have so many contract offers. I think it's.
He just took him
if-
to 14 wins. Like I don't think
I
you can't
know.
not re-sign him.
But he's
if
gonna
you
want so
were
much money.
to sign Darnold, you would have to pay 60.
If the Giants were 60,
His agent's going to ask for 60
Yeah.
million.
you think everyone that's
Yes.
signing is gonna reset?
That's how the
freaking
market works.
market?
The number one guy is never the best player.
No.
It's always whoever
Yeah,
gets
but
the next
Brock
contract.
Purdy is not going to take more than $45 million.
He
You're
will
saying he's
take
gonna
more than
take
60.
60.
Oh my God,
He's gonna get
Sam
pretty
Darnold
high
is not going to
50s.
reset the market. Neither is Brock
50
Purdy.
is low, bro.
Just because they sign a new contract doesn't mean they're
That's
going to
exactly what it
reset
means.
the market.
Yes.
Not ever. Baker signed a
Because they weren't
3-year,
saying that
$100
Baker was a
million.
top 5 quarterback
Geno
like they
Smith
say Purdy
signed,
is.
just because they sign a quarterback doesn't mean it's a record-breaking contract.
Yeah, but those are old guys already in the back half
Yeah,
of their
Geno-
career.
Geno was on 25, and that was kind of before the market got really, really big.
Yeah, but he didn't even get close to resetting the market.
He also didn't have he had a good
Baker-
season, but he wasn't anything insane.
Baker had the same.
Yeah,
Niners
yeah,
fans
yeah.
think Purdy is the GOAT.
Baker had the
He's
same
not
Sam
great.
Darnold
He's
season,
pretty
and he
good.
didn't get
They
that
think
much money.
Purdy's like top 5 or top 7 at the minimum from every guy I've
Top
talked to.
15.
If you have a top 7 quarterback, do you either pay him 60 million or you let him walk?
a top. I wasn't listening. So
Top
they
7 quarterback.
Pay him 60. See, but he's not a top.
But they believe he is. That's the whole point of them
I just
paying
want to
that.
say Niners hater. Purdy's good. He's not gonna pay 60. Every Niners fan that I've talked to that doesn't go to Los Gatos High School says he's not taking more than $40 million.
I don't think you understand how agents work.
Yeah.
Because they get
I
like
do.
20% of the
But
contract,
he's also
and they
not-
want 70 million.
He's not $60 million worth, and no one in the league is gonna pay him $60 million.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence is getting paid $60 million.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is different. Trevor Lawrence he's like got this. He was number 1 pick. He was like a high school prodigy.
But it's been 5 years and he hasn't done anything.
Purdy has also flashed talent. And I wouldn't
Purdy
be
has
surprised.
played better. I'm a Purdy hater.
$60 million is especially because he knows the Niners can't afford that.
Purdy has the All-Pro team around him. Won 6 games this year. I know they were hurt, but
they were really hurt. They were really hurt.
Last in the division.
Yeah, but they were also really hurt.
I mean, I think people hype up Purdy more than he is, but I mean, I think he's you got to pay him that money. I think he will get that money.
$60 million.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think the team falls around,
million,
but I think he's gonna ask for 60.
No one in the league is paying him or Sam Darnold
Oh my God.
$60 million.
You haven't heard of horrible franchises before.
Sam Darnold, you can't earn.
Dude, the
60
Jets will give him 60.
You can't earn a record-breaking contract in 1 year.
Darnold isn't even that old though.
Yeah,
He's like
but
27.
That's not the point. The point is he's had 1 good year. You don't earn a record-breaking setting contract.
I mean, you kind of
Jimmy
you got to free him a little
Garoppolo.
bit. He had no one around him when he was in Carolina or New York.
Garoppolo
he's
played.
good. He's
Yeah.
good. He's got $60 million.
Garoppolo played half of a good season, got paid $30 million, which is record-breaking at the
Sam
time.
Darnold will sign a 4-year deal somewhere, just like Kirk Cousins did.
I think the Vikings are gonna sign him big.
I could see like 4-year 200, 210, taking a little like.
How much is
You
that?
also gotta remember,
Just
poverty
just under
franchises
60.
without a quarterback are willing to show money.
That's the Giants.
Or
And
like the
we don't-
Jets,
but we
bro.
don't have
Daniel
all that money to
Jones.
spend.
If you guys sign Sam Darnold isn't all that good.
If
I
we
think he just
sign-
has great weapons around him.
if we sign Sam
He goes to your
Darnold-
team, Malik does good, the rest of the team does not.
You're insane. Are you the same person that said Zach, or was that Grant that said
was
Zach?
Grant.
Okay.
You started to say Zach Wilson was him. And
You're saying if Sam Darnold is on the Giants, it doesn't elevate the whole roster.
he's not that much better than
You
Daniel
need to give him
Jones.
help.
He's definitely better. There's definitely a tier or two in
Wait,
between
what
there,
did
but
you
he's
say?
He said Sam Darnold's not that much better than Daniel Jones.
I don't know about that. I think Sam Darnold's
Way
way
better.
better than Daniel Jones.
Way
Yeah.
better than Daniel Jones.
I still don't think I
You're
think He
insane.
hasn't fully proved anything.
You're
to me.
insane. But then you're also saying he's worth $60 million.
You don't understand how agents and bad franchises work.
I do. That's why the Giants freaking paid Daniel Jones $40 million a year.
Exactly. If Daniel Jones gets paid 40, does Purdy not get paid 65?
Dude, Sam Darnold is
does.
way better than Daniel Jones. Sam Darnold would make Malik Neighbors a top 10 receiver. He already is, in my opinion, but he would make it a consensus top 10
1,000
receiver.
yards pretty quick. He missed multiple games.
I mean,
right?
your whole offense is Malik Neighbors. You don't just throw Darnold in there and become good. Like, you need to get him more help.
Okay.
Dude, you have other than
Tyrone Tracy.
Tyron Tracy
like
is a good
Tracy.
player.
With
I
Daniel
like Tyron
Jones,
Tracy.
There was a loaded box like 40% of the time. And then after we got rid of Daniel Jones, they started loading the box and he didn't do well. If you're saying that Sam Darnold doesn't spread out the defense and let the run game go, and if we get Sam Darnold and Travis Hunter, then we could sign offense.
What if you don't get Travis Hunter? What if he goes 1 or 2? What do you do?
Then we sign either Shador or Cam Ward.
Okay.
Even if you already signed Sam Darnold in the offseason.
That's an inch. So
that's
if we
yeah,
sign
that's a
Sam
good point.
Darnold,
If you sign Sam Darnold, it has to be in the offseason. He
And-
will be picked before draft day.
yeah, obviously, and Travis Hunter goes 1 or 2.
Yeah. What are you doing?
That's we might trade back a little bit, or
And
I've
get who?
heard from sources that we might take Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan.
He's too. I mean, he's. I think he's a good
But
player, but
He's not number 3.
I think you'd have to
overall.
trade. You'd have to trade back to probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we would trade back and select a corner.
Okay. Now we know who you're going to pick. Let's head back to the bracket.
Oh, that's right.
We'll detour.
I mean, it's a good thing. We got multiple things out of it. That was big.
Yeah. Vikings, Rams. I have Vikings. I feel like we already said.
I think I just like white boys. I really want Cooper Kupp and Puka and Stafford to play good.
Yeah, but then Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He's might be the white guy of the year.
Yeah, Cup's been
You
quiet.
gotta have like a tiny bit of swagger.
Just a little bit.
I feel like the less
The white guy
swagger,
has
the
to have
better.
just like, he needs to have like 2 out of 10 swagger. Sam's at 1 out of 10.
I mean, if Daniel Jones is a 0,
I got my
who is
swagger
the
back.
swaggiest white guy? Is it Gronk?
Burrow.
Oh, it is. So
yeah,
if
it's Burrow. It's a good take.
Joe Burr.
Sam Darnold really does, but no white quarterback
Don't make
really
the playoffs, Burr.
besides Joe Burrow, no white
Back-to-back
quarterback
years.
has an
Interesting.
aura.
Sam Howell.
He
Sam
does
Howell
not-
has aura.
He does not have aura.
Okay.
Is it Timothy?
not gonna argue
Is it
with
Timothy
that. Sam.
Chalamet?
What?
White guy? Timothy Chalamet?
Who the heck is that? Oh, he's an actor.
Yeah. For swagger wise, like
I have
aura?
words for him that I can't say on this podcast, but I don't
No,
really
he
like
knows
him.
ball. He knows ball better than us.
No. Timothy
Did
Chalamet,
you
the
not
one
see
that
the
all the girls
clips?
like?
Did you not see the clips?
No.
He was on College Game Day and like all that and he like started saying like stats. Everyone was like,
Dude,
and
he
then
is
like
not
the
old.
analysts all picked a team and he was like, it's the other team. It's easy. And then they won. Like his team was right. And he did it like twice.
Kid
he was
knows
him.
ball.
He
I
knew
ca-
ball. Literally
I-
every sports account was like, holy crap, he knows ball.
If we went band for band ball knowledge, I would put
Oh
all
my god, he
money on
owns
that
you.
one.
You don't watch football.
Yes, okay, but I know more than him.
Francis thinks he's the GOAT at everything at all times. Something you have to learn
Speaking
about.
of,
He's the goat at some things.
thank you. This is a little off topic, but I was talking about it at tutorial today.
Okay.
You put me or anyone on the football team, Ludi, RJ, you, Leo, anyone
I'm glad to be with the starters there.
at their position in 1925, when the first or whatever year in the 1920s the NFL was created, every single one of us would be the best ever at that position.
I don't know about the best ever, but I feel like
Technique and stuff is definitely
like-
advanced, but you were. I
I'm
don't
a
think
grown
you're
man. Me
You
in a
ain't grown
season,
enough.
6 foot, 6 foot 225. I'm stronger than everyone there. They didn't even know what a
yeah,
freaking
the linemen
weight
weren't
room-
that big back then. We definitely like play. We definitely start. I don't know about the best of all time, but we'd be like decent. We'd be serviceable
Dude,
linemen then.
Dude,
I get crushed as a running back. All they did was run.
you think they
It was a run-only game. The running backs know how to
Yeah.
play football.
that is actually, you know what, that might be true. You might be a really good defensive player, but every running back plays running
I think
back
the
same.
linebackers were probably also good because it was literally just a game
No.
of like guy run and then the guy who tackled the runner.
But you think the linemen? It's mainly
Right?
I started
Yeah.
this about me.
Like those had to be the two best guys on the team.
I started this argument about
probably
me,
play both ways.
but you could really put anyone in. Like, you think the like the O linemen back then have heard of like hands inside?
We've talked about this. You just don't respect the past at all.
It doesn't matter.
You've talked about how you'd put up numbers in Will Chamberlain's era.
You think
and
me
you wouldn't.
versus? Okay, actually,
Oh.
not Jim. Wait,
I don't know about that.
I wasn't listening.
I don't know about that.
You
What?
said you'd put up numbers in Wilt Chamberlain's era.
Yeah, not against Wilt Chamberlain,
I mean,
but versus plumbers.
I haven't seen you hoop, but like,
That's just
I-
a
but-
joke.
but-
They
I'm a
weren't
hooper.
actually plumbers.
I'm a
There was like
hooper.
two.
I'm a hooper. Name 3 people from Wilt Chamberlain's era.
Bob Cousy, Paul Arizian,
shit, bonus ball.
And if you,
Bill Russell.
Sorry.
but if you watch
Havlicek.
their not Bill Russell, exclude him.
Larry
if you
Bird.
watch their film, they're
He's
like,
like 20
I
years
watched
later.
what's that guy's name? It starts with an E. But I watched him. It's like, look at the moves, and he was dribbling around, and he did like a 360, and they were like, oh, look at the moves, and he puts it. You say I can cross him up, dude? What the heck is this?
If you played like one game, I could see you absolutely torching them. But like if they watched you for like at any time
I have
period,
never
I
seen
think
anyone like me.
I
I mean,
think
you're
they would
6'2".
knew I-
What are you gonna do? Play point guard? Like,
yeah, I would pick point
okay,
guard.
okay.
I would facilitate. They've never seen a through the legs dribble. They've never seen someone dribble with their left hand.
you don't know about Pistol Pete.
But Pete was way after that.
He was in the 70s.
When was well, Will Chamberlain was like
It was 60s.
60s, 50s, 60s.
Close time period, but Pistol Pete was doing that in the 70s.
Okay, but
Not that far off.
If you put me in, okay.
I'm gonna act like I know who Pistol Pete is.
Pete
no
Maravich, he was a
bitch.
dog. I made an edit of him the other day.
All right, should we get back to
Okay,
the
back to the
bracket?
bracket, Francis. I think you're wrong.
it's
That's
your
all I
turn.
wanted. Wait, you didn't? Did you finish?
I finished my divisional, my wild cards.
Okay, let me pull it back up. It's been a minute. Okay, we all think the Bills are winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it again. Steelers are winning. We
They're
own the
not.
Ravens. We
You
beat
do
them.
own the
We
Ravens.
beat them already this year. George Pickens has been quiet, and he loves beating up on the Ravens. So I believe in him. I think he's gonna do good. I have Chargers.
Uh-huh.
I love Herbert. Lad McConkey. What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
I have Eagles winning Packers. I think that game will be close. I have Bucks Commanders. I have Bucks winning. I have Rams beating the Vikings.
Okay.
It could happen.
It
I'm-
definitely could happen.
I mean, just go back and look at their last 4 games.
The Rams.
Just yeah.
Are they-
I can't name anyone on the Rams defense besides Jared Verse. and
Oh, I
Brady
can
Verse.
name all the guys that were pressuring Geno Smith throughout the whole year.
I just like they don't have any playmakers. I feel like
On
besides
D?
Jared Verse. What?
On defense?
On
I mean,
defense.
Tre'Davious White's old.
I didn't even know he was on. Oh, he was on the team, but
Yeah, they
I've
have a
never
lot
seen
of. They have a lot of.
okay,
young
I have
guys
the
that I
last couple
like.
games the Rams pulled up. They lost Week 18, but were they starting guys?
They weren't playing the starters. We
Okay.
really beat them, but we're not.
The week before that, Cardinals. They won 13 to 9.
Yeah, it was a brutal
That's
game.
not good.
I mean, win's a win.
It's torture of a game to watch.
Jets. They won 19 to 9,
Mhm.
and then the week before that, they won 12 to 6.
Yeah.
but then they won 44 to 42
Okay, that was
against
a
the
great win
Bills.
versus the Bills.
That-
and I think
I
they have
forgot about
like,
that game.
They have the talent to be like
Puka's really cool.
play good games like that.
They have the potential for sure to be good and go make a deep playoff run, but I don't see it happening
either.
versus the Vikings.
I know. Well, then I mean, even if they make it to the second round, I mean, I like any of those other teams over the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pop to there because I'm on the end of my end. I think the Lions beat them.
100%.
Yes. The Lions would be anyone who could possibly play the Lions. They would win.
You literally have the Eagles beating them.
No, but I'm
Sneak
saying in the divisional round, anyone who could possibly, like the 5, 6, or 7. Like I think there's a few teams that could play them. None of them are winning.
The Packers beat them this season, right?
Who?
No, I guess
Detroit?
they
No,
didn't.
Detroit swept the Packers.
I think the Packers. I like in that matchup specifically. I think they would win, but I don't have them making it to that point. But I believe they could.
Yeah, I think they're a sneaky team.
No,
but the
divisional
farthest I
game-
see them
The
going
Packers
is the
can't. The
conference
Packers
championship.
can't play them.
They're the 7th seed.
Oh! I thought they were the 5.
No.
No, they that lost to the Bears kind of.
Oh.
It reseeds because it always plays
Yeah.
the top seed. But games within your own division, like no matter when they happen, just always are scrappy games.
Yeah, they can go either way.
It's the same as like even when the Steelers are better than the Browns still have a chance. That's why I also think the Steelers have a chance against the
Like
Ravens.
Thursday Night Football.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I totally agree. I mean, I was kind of dissing on the Steelers a little bit, but like I kind of said like you guys kind of own them. But I mean, like you said, like any of these
Up until the third quarter, we were down by 1 touchdown without George Pickens. We had Cordo Patterson catching jump balls.
and you guys kicked 6 field goals.
Ben
against them the first time
Skoronix
and won.
played in that game.
Ben Skoronix, my dog.
Real
Rams legend,
minutes. Dude, Scotty Miller was catching balls.
I didn't even know he was still in the league. Like, jeez.
know.
He's on the Steelers?
That's who was playing for us and we almost beat them.
Who?
Scotty Miller and Ben Skoronix.
who'd you
White
almost
receiver,
beat?
you.
The
bro. Holy
Ravens.
shit.
Like 4
Sorry.
weeks ago.
It's not happening. It's just not. Like a wild card Lamar is great.
I can see it be. I think it'll be one
Lamar's
score.
all his worst games of his career against the Steelers.
Yeah, but you haven't played it.
He scored. The last time he played us, which we were so injured, was the first time he scored over 20 points against us in his whole career. He was drafted in 2019, and he plays us twice a year.
You know who else owns Lamar Jackson?
New York Giants.
Saquon Barkley, and the New York Giants. But now it's Saquon Barkley, because the only NFC losses have been Saquon Barkley.
The Steelers kind of own Saquon.
Oh yeah, I remember when you guys beat the Ravens a couple years ago. It's pretty cool.
Back when we were good. Oh, speaking of interdivisional matchups in playoffs, flashback 2022, the Eagles cooked us.
And the Niners cooked us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's
You
not,
guys hate live TV. You hate being live prime time.
yeah.
I swear you're good all year, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I want to watch a Seahawks game,"
Yeah.
and then you
Was
suck.
that the
Like
game
the Bears
that we both
game.
went to?
Yeah, we were both there, but
And then it was
game-
close at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking at halftime. getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the
but
first
but
time, I'm not gonna lie.
This is how it goes.
yeah, those divisional games can be
Hit me with your divisionals, Lou. Oh,
Yeah.
did I miss the other side?
go either way. The
Oh,
matchups
okay.
like that.
I have the Steelers going all the way. I don't believe it with my brain, but I believe it with my heart. Okay,
You gotta put it on the.
That's with
bracket,
my heart.
Yeah.
That's
I,
yeah.
I have to put it on the
I'd
graphic.
be doing that with Seattle.
I'm the only one here
I
with the
can blame
team in the playoffs. I have to say they're winning. So I have us beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't like the Chiefs. So
I
I'm
think
fine with that.
I think beating 2 teams, the Chiefs and the refs. I don't think it's possible. We played them on Christmas. The officiating was so bad in that game. It was horrific. It was a horrible watch.
Yeah.
We lost no matter what. I'm not saying the refs lost us that game, but they tried their best to help. I'll say
That's
I'll
every
say
time I
that.
feel like the Giants play the
Jeez,
Cowboys.
the Christmas games were awful. Do you guys remember the Ravens Texans game?
Oh yeah, it was a
31 to
blowout.
2. Like what is
Yeah.
going on?
Oh, I forgot about that game.
Chargers Bills. I mean, I clicked Chargers on accident and I'm looking at it right now, and I don't agree with the decision I made. The Bills beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the conference rounds looks a lot better for Steelers or Chargers. I'm looking at that. I'm thinking that's an easy win.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then Steelers Bills. I have Steelers winning, and then Steelers. Oh, I have Eagles Lions. I have the Lions winning that one,
Yeah.
and then Lions Steelers Super Bowl. Steelers win.
Lions,
You guys have had Zach on before. You've seen him. I told Zach before the season, I'm like, Steelers Lions Super Bowl.
It's just
And it,
not.
I said it was in play. It's still technically in play.
I mean, it was in. I mean,
it's
If,
still
if you have to say technically, it's not happening.
it was more.
one of those
likely,
teams
like,
is probably gonna make it.
It was more likely when you were 10-3.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah,
Or
Sometimes we just started resting our guys like 4 weeks ago.
what's
You
your
guys
record
just
right
don't know
now?
ball, obviously.
what's your record right now?
10-7.
You started 10-3. Now you're 10.
You literally brought up that we had a 4-game losing streak on this podcast.
I know, but
I just don't think you know numbers.
I didn't realize.
Because you said, wow, you
bad.
guys been bad. Then you said 4-game, and then you were shocked. And then you were shocked that how 4 games add, like the math.
Like 10-3 is so good.
I know.
10
We
and
looked like
7.
Super.
It's so bad.
It's
Like
Scooby-Doo.
It
Oh.
is Scooby-Doo. So
We
bad.
looked like a Super Bowl team at one point this season. There was this time.
oh, I thought you guys were.
When we were
had the
10-3, we
division
looked
locked up.
really good at football, and people were
Yeah.
like, "Dude, this team can play
'Cause
ball."
they're 10
We
and
put up
3.
44 on the Bengals, and we held them to like 20. That was a great.
was a
Good
good
game. At that point in the season, we looked good. We've been cold since. There was a lot of injuries and stuff that have happened, but I'm saying if we could start getting back to that football, I'm saying this Steeler team that was pulled out last weekend, that team is not beating the Ravens. The Steeler team from 5 weeks ago, that team can
You
beat
can't
the
just
Ravens.
pull that out of your rear end.
I think they could. It's the same team. They're the same players.
Yeah, it's
Need
just
some magic for that one. I don't-
yeah.
We looked at the Rams and we're like, damn, they scored 44 and beat the Bills.
It could.
That's a thing that can happen. They've done it.
But
It-
it's just not gonna happen
It's
for the
just
Rams
not.
or the Steelers. I can't see
I
it.
hope you.
When the
prove me
Steelers win
wrong.
next week, I'm talking all my ish.
I hope
I'm gonna allow
prove
you to
me
talk
wrong.
it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna allow you to talk, and I'll take
We're going to the bowl.
Yeah, I hope you prove me wrong.
If we play horrible, then I'm also still right with the way I'm explaining it. So no matter what, I'm right.
Win-win.
Well, no, you're really adamant that you guys are gonna beat the Ravens.
No, I'm
That's
saying
not no
if we
matter
play
what.
like we should, we should beat the Ravens. If we play good and they just like score a bunch on us and beat us, I'm wrong.
I think you
If we
guys-
play absolutely horrible and we lose, I'm right. And if we win, I'm right.
I think you guys are
The
gonna
whole
have to
middle
play
section, I'm wrong.
really good ball to be how the Ravens are playing right
Yeah.
now. I mean, Lamar's looking like an MVP.
It's not even. Like,
I mean, the first game we played them, we had
6 field
4
goals.
TFLs against Derrick Henry, a forced fumble, and held him to 60 yards.
It's not. I don't think it's a matter of if you.
They're
play
very
well.
reliant on Derrick Henry.
I think you have to play well.
Zay Flowers
and-
is out, so they don't have the receiver one.
Who else do they have?
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman and
Sumner Duvernay.
is it Algalore?
Well, they
Oh,
still they have
Nelson.
Andrews and Likely too. So I mean, they still got guys.
I do like Nelson.
There's
Aguilar
definitely
for
guys
that,
in the
but-
rosters, but their team isn't as good as you think they are.
Yeah.
At least in this matchup
Dude,
particularly.
their defense is so good. I know Pittsburgh is too, but Baltimore's defense. I love Baltimore's defense.
The Steelers defense always kind of gets like their stats are always like worse than they should be because we go on stretches where our offense does nothing and our defense plays the entire
And you can't
game.
win Super Bowl.
And then it's like,
with a
oh,
team
look
like
up, the
that.
Steelers gave up so many yards in that game, and it was like they played 39.
You know who I really
minutes.
like on your defense? I like Herbig.
He's actually
I like
so
that
good.
guy a lot. Yeah.
I do not know who
Nick
that is.
Herbig. He well, we have a right guard named Nate Herbig. He's been in the
Related?
league for a while. Yeah, he's
Oh.
older. We had him, and then we got Nick Herbig because of him.
Let's not call her big. She's just.
I liked that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, let's finish this off. Where do you guys sitting?
I got Chiefs over the Chargers in the divisional. I think it'll be a close game.
I think the Chargers have a chance.
Oh, 100%. I don't think the the
Like
Chiefs.
that's actually, if that happens, that's a great game.
Like this has been Mickey Mouse for the Chiefs this year. Like I'm not even scoring 30 points in a game and being 15-2. Like come on. Like,
I thought they were
it's
gonna put up
insane.
30 against us, and they put up 29, and I was like,
Wait,
Keep
who's
the
this?
stat
I was
alive.
listening.
The Chiefs.
Oh.
And then the other game I have is Bills Ravens, which I think is one of the best matchups you can get in this playoffs.
I think it'll be a fun watch.
I know the Ravens blew them out last time, but I got Buffalo. I really like Josh Allen. I think they have a respectable defense and a good offense.
Those
and
are like
then-
two teams that hate going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Those are like two quarterbacks that are just known for not actually winning when time matters, like against each other.
I think we all know somehow the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl.
I mean, joke's on you. I have Buffalo beating the Chiefs in the next round to
I
go
do
to the
too.
Super Bowl.
so does every bracket I've seen for the last 4 years.
yeah, that's yeah. They always have Chiefs versus Bills. Bills take it.
Because they're always
It's
like the
just
two
never
best teams in
happened.
the side. It doesn't mean they win.
Yeah.
I'll go to the NFC now.
Yeah.
I have Detroit beating Minnesota. I mean, what we saw last week. I mean, Detroit blew them out. I
Dude,
don't
they're
know, I
so
can't see-
injured and they're still so good.
I know it's insane. Like their whole defense.
That's why the Steelers are gonna beat them.
They had to get Jamal Adams.
The
like-
Lions.
Oh.
Sorry. And I got
good.
Philly over Tampa, like we were saying earlier. Like Tampa, you just can't see them deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And,
Well, what's interesting is they won by 20 against the same team last year, without Saquon.
That's-
The
I mean-
Eagles, Bucks.
Oh.
But
no.
that was when the Eagles
on
were
MLK
their,
Day.
like, their down spiral late in
Yeah.
the year. I mean,
The
they didn't even let
Eagles-
Seattle beat them with Drew Lock. So
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
That was
Drew
Aura.
Lock.
that was very cool.
He might be up there in the Aura conversation.
Drew Lock, 100%.
That one time.
Oh yeah.
Drew Lock that one time.
Or when he was rapping on the sidelines when he was on the Broncos.
But in the NFC side, I have the Lions over the Eagles. I mean, The Lions just look really good, so I mean, it's kind of where I'm at. And then I have Buffalo beating them in the Super Bowl, though. I really like Buffalo.
Buffalo Lions. That would
Yeah.
be
I think it'd be a good
I like that
matchup,
game.
but
you think Buffalo are gonna win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I cannot see that.
It's
happening.
not possible. They're definitely a cold weather
It's-
team, and it's that time of
It's
season.
definitely possible, but it is playing in Arizona.
it's been possible for the last 5 years, though. So I don't know.
It's definitely in the cards. I just cannot.
Mhm.
I can see Josh Allen holding up a
Mhm.
mark.
I don't understand how their offense is so good. Who on the offense does anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of Allen carrying.
Dude.
Like, James Cook's good. I like James Cook.
I had a fantasy team with Coleman and Shakir, or whatever his name is. Neither did anything
Yeah.
all season, but like their offense scores a bunch of points every week.
Yeah.
And then you're like, James Cook could put up 7. Where did the points
I mean,
go?
Josh Allen poaches all the touchdowns. So
Even Amari Cooper's touchdown, he's like, nah, I'm catching that.
yeah.
All right, I'll get to my bracket. Divisional, I have Commanders versus Lions. I mean, there's just no debating that.
Ain't no
Lions
way.
are taking it.
No.
Then I have Vikings versus Eagles. Eagles. You could play that 1,000 times, and the Eagles are taking it every single time.
No.
Whoa.
I am an
don't think the
Eagles
Eagles are the
meat
team
rider.
you think they are.
As a Giants fan, I'm an Eagles meat rider.
We almost beat them, and we played horrible.
Who?
The Steelers.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
When?
Like 2 weeks ago.
That's not okay. You know what? They didn't have. You had Kenny Pickett playing.
No. It was 3 weeks ago then. It was a week before.
Oh.
I love Kenny
Well,
Pickett.
that's not important. This is playoff football. Chiefs versus Texans. I don't see the Texans going 2 rounds, 2 wins.
I don't see him winning one.
But in the first round, you said they were going to be an elite team.
I didn't
Elaborate?
say elite. I didn't say elite. I said better than
Cut to the
Chargers.
5-minute section and talk about how elite they are.
Bills versus Ravens. I wasn't aware that the Ravens blew out the Bills at one point, but I don't see the Bills losing. That should be a really good game though. Bills Chiefs NFC Championship. I have the Bills. I feel like there's not much to say. Eagles Lions NFC Championship. If Zane's allowed to pick the Steelers to win the Super Bowl, I could pick the Eagles to beat the Lions. Saquon Barkley's taking it home. Eagles.
Okay,
Bills,
I said that was a heart pick. What's the brain pick? What team do you think is actually better and wins that game?
the Eagles.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm fine if
I
it
can
is.
see
My
that
brain
genuinely.
says it's like 60-40 Lions, but
Okay.
I really want to believe that Saquon will play in a Super Bowl before he retires, and playoff Saquon is so different. You have no idea.
Okay.
Because you got to see him play.
we
you got
also-
to see him play 2 playoff games.
We
Is
also
he
keep
different in those
talking
games?
great.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
The Lions are great and everyone talks about them, but we are forgetting the one point that they have the biggest boom or bust strategy in the league, and they've been in the boom category. And the second they miss like 2 4th downs in dumb situations and they lose, just like they did last
Yeah.
year against the Niners, all of a sudden the Super Bowl's gone.
Yeah.
Like, their team can implode really quickly. I also think they're going to drop some cool plays.
In the injuries on
Yeah.
defense.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
throw it to Penei Sewell. That'd be pretty cool.
What happened
love
to
that.
Penny Sewell?
I love when they
Catch
throw him
it.
the ball.
He's-
Oh yeah. I
Where's my
love
boy
seeing-
Dan Skipper? Shout out
Okay,
Dan Skipper.
we're at the end of the episode. I need to get off my chest. I love Antonio Brown so much. Did you see his awards show the other day? He's so funny. I miss him so much. Since it's Ravens week, the Steelers accounts all post Ravens things. He owned the Ravens multiple times. He had a helmet catch against them for like 60 yards. Rookie AB, awesome. He saved Christmas that one time. One of my favorite games ever. That game was so cool. Le'Veon was so good in that game. I miss the boys.
Let me,
But-
let me rant too real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Jackson Smith and Jigba and
Such
DK
a
Metcalf. Best receiving duo in the NFL. Jackson Smith and Jigba is top 5.
Hey, I'll miss Lockett, bro.
I know. It's my dog. Gotta cut him though. For
I
money.
want to rant. John Mara, sell the team. I hate you. That's it.
Can I ask you what your Marvel Rivals name is real quick?
Fire Dable, but they can
Oh.
never hate me. They can never make me hate.
Then why is that your name?
I wanted to feel included. That's it.
I think that's a great spot to end it. I had a great week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back next week for more playoff football. See ya.